I finished reading this book today, a very short book, very beautiful book called Tuesdays with Morris by Mitch Albom. And it's by no means a spiritual reading book. God is only mentioned once in the whole book, but it is a book that gives us a rich human wisdom. It's the story between an elderly professor who's dying of Lou Gehrig's disease, and one of his former students comes to visit him, to interview him the last months of his life, about life. And they speak about all different things. They speak about culture, they speak about sports, they speak about music, they speak about food, they speak about forgiveness, they speak about relationships, marriage, they speak about love. It's a book that teaches us what's important as humans. It's a book that teaches us what a good human life should look like. Spent focusing on the person in front of me, loving them with true empathy, with true sympathy, with true compassion. Like I said, it's a very human book, but at the same time, it is something also that helps us to be spiritual. Because if we're not able to love as humans, well, we're not going to be able to love as Christians. Christ's grace is everything for us, and Christ's grace is what transforms us into Him and allows us to love with true charity. But if our hearts are hard, if our hearts are not capable of loving those around us, well, His grace is not going to transform our hearts into hearts of true charity. We need to learn to love. Here's a beautiful quote from Morrie, the professor, about love. Love is when you are as concerned about someone else's situation as you are about your own. Something as beautiful as that. To be concerned about someone else's situation as you are your own. If we live that on a human level, well, then God's grace is going to be able to elevate that to the level of charity, to love like Him. Let's ask our Lord to teach us, to help us to be truly humans, to love with truly human love, with truly human hearts. Because if we have that, well, then we're on our way to love with the heart of God. We're on our way to love as God has loved us.